everybody. So last week I picked up the MVP edition of MLB the Show and realized that I had run out of room on my Steelbook shelf. So I thought this would be a good time to share some of the Steelbooks I've collected over the last few years and maybe lighten the load a little bit. Let's start off with one of my favorites over the past few years. This one I got during the COVID times, Final Fantasy XII Remake. The picture of Sephiroth is like totally badass, and the black is very, very cool as well. This was a big surprise because I wasn't even sure what to expect from the game or the case, and I loved them both. Next up, this is one that was missing from my collection for years. Fallout 4. Believe it or not, I've only played this game for 10 hours, as I'd lent it to somebody pretty much after getting the big Pip-Boy set, and then completely forgot about it. Thank goodness it's come back in my life, because the Pip-Boy edition really isn't worth anything without the game. I definitely love the look and feel of that Steelbook. Doom Eternal was another game I've purchased during the pandemic. However, unlike Fallout, I've played this with a completion, as did my daughter, multiple times. The cover is just about as awesome as anything you could expect, with bosses and enemies. Look at them, standing in front of you. Shoot, this makes me want to play it again.
Hey, I better cut this out. I may get to like it.
Hell has never looked so good. Now, Persona 5 Royal is a game I wanted to love, but it turns out I didn't like it as much as the original Persona 5. The art on the Steelbook seems a little bit lackluster, and that golden look of the characters in the front comes off looking a little bit more urine yellow. Add to that, the version I got from Best Buy came pre-scratched, which is kind of a kick in the pants, because I generally like to scratch these games myself. Compared to the original Persona 5, in my opinion, there's really no comparison. The mirrored background on this one, reflecting your face and the characters, was an amazing kind of subtle touch. Coupled with the full character artwork of each of the protagonists, this cover is breathtaking to look at, and compared to the Royal Edition, for me, there's really no contest here. The original Steelbook just kicks its ass in every way. Here's another set with a similar issue. Resident Evil 3 is an absolutely awesome remake. Building off everything Capcom did with the RE2 remake, RE3 is a beauty to look at, and it is a beast to play. However, the Steelbook just appears to be phoned in. From the Nemesis on the front to the Jill portrait on the back, there seems to be really no thought and direction in this one. Heck, there's no bonus items inside, and the artwork is of a Raccoon City shot that could even serve as a spoiler. Compare this to the RE2 box, and you'll see the cover is far more menacing, better utilization of space, and the back even shows the Umbrella logo, like in a dossier you'd find laying around the station. It's elegant, it's simple. Conversely, the Resident Evil 3 Steelbook is just meh by comparison, which is a shame because both games slap. Speaking of slaps, look at this. You could have knocked me over with a feather when they told me that they were remastering Final Fantasy XII. Like, everybody I've talked to never talks about 12. But this game single-handedly brought me back into the world of Final Fantasy. After Tactics, I began to lose interest. And in this Steelbook, just the way it looks, the way it was treated, makes me nostalgic for the game. And while we're on the subject of nostalgia, take a look at this bad boy. This is the original Final Fantasy XII Steelbook that I got from a longtime friend and podcast co-host Anthony Ernst. He gave me this in 2007 when I told him I wasn't buying any more Final Fantasy games. This Steelbook is heavy, weighs in about double of that of modern day Steelbooks. Definitely like them both, but as for the booklet, the heft, and getting me back into the series, the PS2 Steelbook gets my thumbs up. Alright, now this is an impulse buy that I got from GameStop a few years back. Truth be told, I've never even touched this game. I played the first one for about 40 hours, but this one, as you'll see, hasn't even been removed from the spindle. Actually, you know what, I actually should get that music CD out at some point. That probably is pretty cool. As for another impulse, this colorful character is a pre-order promotion from Best Buy, and while I never got into Far Cry 5 as much as 3 or 4, this is a nice little addition, just strictly for the goofiness of that stained glass artwork. And look at that little pup. Yeah, this is really nice looking, very colorful. Oh, Uncharted 4. I remember unboxing you all those years ago. This one has that muted color look of a few of the Steelbooks in my collection, which I personally love. Not sure if it's the color of the sky in this one, but I get some real Scooby-Doo vibes from this. yeah, this game came with some stickers, which are silly, as I'll never use those unless I'm like grading a paper. But what are you going to do? And on to another first-party Sony title. This is the Horizon Zero Dawn Steelbook, which is elegant as F. The colors and the illustration really resonate with me, but the symbol's a little larger on the back than it needs to be. Should be a little small, little like the umbrella logo, like the one on the RE2 Steelbook. Aside from that, this one's lovely to look at. To the artist behind this illustration of Aloy, you have my infinite high fives coming. But to the person who put no thought to the inside of this case, boo. Oh man, this is where it gets magical. On to my favorite Steelbook games. This is the Last Guardian Steelbook, which makes me kind of happy just holding it. I didn't even think it was ever going to come out, and to have it in my hands is just an amazing gift. While the inside's a little sparse, the choice of using the Guardian feathers is a really nice touch, making it like the Guardian is watching over your disc while it's not in play. I think that was pretty neat. But aside from that, just the outside of the case, it feels really nice. Doubling up here, this is Blue Point's spectacular rendition of the Shadow of the Colossus. Comes in a cardboard sleeve and is just gorgeous. The artwork here is interesting. I'm not sure what that 3 is on the back. Could have to do with the version of the game. But here on the front, you'll see the little small text writing on the front. Inside, there's some postcards and a map, and funny enough, even tinier stickers, which is ridiculous. Having to choose between these two Steelbooks is kind of an impossible task. So I'm just going to give them both a thumbs up. There you go. Now do a game I owned 3 times and have finished all of 0 times. Red Dead Redemption 2's Ultimate Edition is full of discs, maps, and just unbelievable quality, which is what we've come to expect from the art team at Rockstar. This Steelbook came with a protective cardboard sleeve that kind of looks like the cover of the PS4 version. It's kind of weird. Should have just used the artwork a little bit better. I'm not going to lose sleep over that, but paying $150 for a game across 3 platforms that I'm not ever going to complete, that's something to lose sleep over. This one is No Man's Sky. I mean, everybody knows the story of No Man's Sky. It was a disaster at launch, overpromised, underdelivered. But the group at Hello Games really went above and beyond in making up for that. I purchased this from Amazon, and it came pre-dinged, like my Persona cover, but I didn't want to risk returning it as the launch was kind of a mess anyhow. Hello Games definitely redeemed themselves, but like the developers, this title is a little worse for wear, but it's definitely withstood the test of time and made something extremely beautiful that I'm proud to have in my collection. Excellent job, Hello Games. This one's a beauty. Boop. Alright, now on to some big guns. This is Dragon's Crown Pro. It came with some of the most ornate and detailed artwork I've ever seen. The cover is extruded on both front and the back. It just looks really, really beautiful. Shows off George Kamatani's artwork. It's just a delight. I have not opened these cards, but I'm sure they're beautiful as well. This one's kind of fun to hold because it's just, texture and all that. And yeah, it's something that I don't see every day. Speaking of something you don't see every day, this artwork, oh my god, I did see this every day for 10 years. That's the cover from Play magazine they used. I've had that on my wall for 10 years. This is a steel sleeve more than a steel case. Really, really like this one. It's just kind of nice, and it's different. First Vanillaware game that I finished. And what's blowing me away here is that the artist behind this, George Kamatani, I worked with Atlas for years, and I got the chance to meet with him. And we became friends on Facebook, and he still sends me happy birthday greetings on Facebook, which still blows my mind to this day. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I love it. All right, here are a few Steelbooks that I haven't even had the chance to open. The first is the Switch version of Shin Megami Tensei. This is a gift I got for Christmas this past year. Cannot wait to crack this one open. This was a gift I got for myself this past Christmas, which I cannot wait to crack open. Danganronpa Decadence. It's the collector's edition. This tin comes with Danganronpa 1, 2, and 3, and has a new title called Ultimate Summer Camp, which I have yet to touch. This is just something I need time to play because it's some of the most off-color humor. It's right up my alley. Here's hoping I can find some reason to stay indoors for another 2 years so I can open it up and play it again. Now the last one is a beast that won't even fit on the screen. This is Metroid Dread for Nintendo Switch. I had to purchase the digital version because I wasn't ready to do an unboxing on this one, so this is definitely something I'll be doing later, unboxing this edition, because it just is gorgeous. That's about it for... Oh, wait, you know what? I got one more. This one's really crazy. I don't even own this game. This is Cyberpunk. I got this from Best Buy pre-order, but I canceled my pre-order, but still received the box, which I think is fantastic. It's probably the best part of the game at launch. And that's about it for now. Oh, wait, one more thing. My wife made some shipwreck for stew tonight, which I'm going to unbox and devour once this video is done. This one definitely gets 2 thumbs up.